Nice to seeing a rabbi. Come on, that guy hasn't got a chance.
Well, I know it was a
priest.
multi-ethnic, multi-religious, multicultural group, and they were going to sing. I think they were going to sing Hava Nagila.
Yeah, right. That's called. To me, this is called
boy.
suicide.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
You know, the other thing I heard about was in Pakistan. There are about 1,000 murders a year of women who dishonor their family.
I saw that. I saw that report. I don't. It's. And then you said, "Oh, yeah, that was also from." I think Bill Maher said something like that. He said, "How can you possibly reason with these people when they're still killing family members for wanting to marry the wrong person because they fell in love?"
Yeah, it's not a good thing. And they arrested the last one they were talking about. They arrested this guy. The uncle was opposed to the girl marrying this guy. They shot her. They shot the girl in the face, and she survived.
Oh my goodness!
The poor girl survived.
Oh my goodness!
And the uncle and the father were shot, and they both said they would do it over if they had a chance. And the other thing is, they said, yeah, there is a loophole in the law where a lot of them can get away with it. I'm not sure what it is, but
well, Sharia law is alive and well in the Middle East. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, unfortunately true. Not the best thing in the world for us to hear about, but it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it, I guess. And
I'll start to worry when Sharia law comes to Brooklyn, Yeah,
right. It may be closer than you think.
Atlantic Avenue. Let me tell you, Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn.
But a lot of people still mistake Hindus with Muslims. And
Sikhs.
Well, Sikhs.
The Sikhs with
that's Indians. That's Indians. People from India. And those people are very, how should I put it, very nonviolent.
They're also very pro-America.
I think Bush is under zero. He's not there. I don't think Bush has made the numbers yet.
No, I think last I saw he was at 2% or 1%. But his numbers can't get very much lower than that.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't on the list a second ago. As I said, the hope of the Republican Party. What happened to him?
Well, that's Donald Trump. Now it seems like it. And you know what's so amazing? What's so amazing is that 75% of Iowans basically said they don't like Trump. They don't like his attitude. But they're so angry at the state of the world and things that are going on here that they just want to shake things up. And that's why he's in number one position right now.
Oh, right now he's number 2 in Iowa. 3% separating the two. And 19% is Rubio. So we're going to have to see how that...
Hey, just remember, folks, you heard it live here. We give you the results. In fact, if we were to shut off the mute button on the TV, you can get it right from the voice of Wolf Blitzer.
That's it. But we're more exciting than Wolf.
I think we're better looking to look at, too.
I'll tell you, I wonder how Trump will handle if he loses in Iowa.
Well, actually, they did say, before I came over to the studio today, I heard on my car Trump did use the L word, and he said, win, lose, or draw. He said it was a pleasure being in Iowa. It was a pleasure meeting all the people. The people were so warm, okay, and
gracious.
Exactly. So, look, you don't know. And don't forget, Trump can always, if he came in second, he could always point to 2008 and 2012 and say, look, 8 years ago it was Huckabee, 4 years ago it was Santorum, and these two guys ran a campaign that went absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
So, Of
course, listen, you could twist it any way you want. Nobody ever made a big deal of the caucuses.
Well, I decided to skip Iowa altogether, I said, what good is it? It means absolutely nothing.
Basically, that's what they always thought,
And they did say that Al Gore never went to Iowa to campaign. A few other politicians never went to Iowa to campaign.
Because it's got so few people. So it's really crazy.
Well, Hillary is holding a 3 percentage point lead.
Oh.
51-48 over Bernie.
Well, that's getting better for Bernie.
O'Malley rose to 1%.
Yeah, uncommitted stayed at 0.
And this is 48% of the votes counted on the Democratic side. Now, remember, that's because the Democratic side, all they have to do is total it up, and that's it. Republicans, it's very much more involved.
Look at that. Cruz is 1,100 ahead of Trump. That's a big margin in this kind of a... How many people are they expecting altogether?
Well, what they just showed before at a Democratic caucus in one site 4 years ago, Obama drew 200. They drew 200 people caucused, and they just gave out number 400. So they
I wonder how many people total in the state.
Oh, I don't know. That you won't know until all the counting is done.
Yeah, I'm just curious, that's all. Anybody knows how many people voted last year, roughly?
No, I mean 4 years ago.
4 years ago. I heard it was like 110,000, I thought.
Well, they said that, they were expecting 120, depending upon the weather. The weather held out because it's not really it hasn't started snowing yet, and they said they may even get upwards of 150 to 160,000 people.
Look at that, Ron Paul's ahead of Bush.
I'm not surprised if you listen to Paul's message.
Kasich is a 2%.
Kasich, I'm disappointed in Kasich.
Christie, 1%. I know you love him.
Christie better be careful. He may wind up eating his delegates. And
Santorum, who won it last time around, is at 1%.
Well, like we just finished saying, the bottom line is starting tomorrow and Tuesday, Wednesday, or if not by then, certainly by next Tuesday or Wednesday after New Hampshire, people are going to be dropping out.
They're still counting in the Ankeny caucus.
Ankeny County.
34% for Rubio still. Cruz 28, Bush 18, Carson 6, Paul 4. Okay. 51% of the votes are in already on the Democratic side. It's close.
Yeah, I would say within another hour or so, they should be able to call a winner for the Democrats. And if it goes for roughly 50-50, it winds up being maybe Hillary with 22 delegates and 23 delegates and Bernie with 21. And not so bad.
Not a big difference.
No.
And our buddy, what is this though? This is a different county. This is Greenfield. Bush and Trump is ahead in Greenfield, looks like. But look at Paul, 7% there. And who's that? Cruz at 21, and that's Rubio at
26, and Trump at 28. It's very close in Greenfield County.
Huh, interesting. I don't know. This is exciting. Almost as exciting as when I went.
Did you tell them that we're dropping balloons from the ceiling?
No, I was going to say it's almost as exciting as when I went to the dentist to get my tooth pulled. Look at that! Look at all those people sitting there with their walkers. All they say is we want to milk and cookies, and they said not till you vote.
No, they said no. You're not giving blood today. You only get milk and cookies when you give blood and juice.
Early voting shows tight races for both parties. That's the breaking news.
Well, let me tell you, that's it really is exciting. I have to say, this is the democratic process at work in its truest sense. This is just like in the ancient Greece when it was one man, one vote. Okay, and every vote counted.
Not like in the United States.
No, we, like the Romans, elect representatives who half the time don't even support many of the people that their constituents want to see in office.
And then you don't need to have the popular vote to win.
Well, like I say, I'm waiting for the day when they will work out some sort of a process to do away with the Electoral College. Just make it a popular vote.
Yeah.
All you need is 50% plus one. That's it.
Yeah, well, if you have three people running, that could be tough.
Well, then you know what you have is you have a runoff. Many countries have that. If one person doesn't get like 45% or something like that, they have a runoff.
Yeah, also, I think the second person should be the vice president.
Should be what?
The second person, like the second most popular should be the vice president.
Well, that's what they used to do back when Washington won originally, back in, was it 1800? Or 1796 or 1800? He ran against Adams. He defeated Adams, so he was the president, and Adams was the vice president.
I think that's a very fair way of doing things. So you always have...
Well, it's amazing how, the...
O'Malley's back
it's breaking down. They said that Hillary would be ahead by three points, and she is. And this is for the better part of the last half hour or so.
And O'Malley's back down to 0.
Yeah, I think that one person who voted for him erased it and changed his mind.
We're up to 55%, looks like, in the Democratic side.
Yeah.
And Santorum is still him and Christie are holding the rear with 1% each. Kasich, Fiora, and Huckabee
2%.
2%.
And Bush, 2%.
Paul, 3%. Or 4% is that? 4%. Carson's 10%. Rubio, 19%. Trump, 27%.
Yeah, those numbers haven't changed.
Cruz, 30%.
Because you had said that before.
Yeah. See what happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's probably going to be an early night simply because, like I said, we're reporting as we see it, we tell you, but there isn't really very much else to talk about.
Well, I was wondering if our intern is listening to the show tonight. Did you hear from her?
No, I didn't.
Because I would like her to review a couple of new songs we have from...
is that Awusa whatever?